Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy at Walden University. And in this segment, I'm going to be going over the National Health Interview Survey between the years 2011-2018. Now, in other videos, what I went over is where I retrieved this data from the IPUMS data set over from the University of Minnesota. The IPUMS database where you can retrieve these data sets, including the MEPS data set and some of the other ones. So let's go ahead and get started here. This is more of an SPSS demonstration than anything. What you do is the first thing that you want to do is test out these variables and see what types of categories they have. And I'm going to go through some of them here. The main one is this is from a student's dissertation research question. The main one was asking in African immigrants what is the relationship between lifestyle and diabetes. So you would think that certain variables are strongly connected with the outcome of diabetes. So let's take a look at if this still holds true among African immigrants. So let's take a look at what you would want to run. Before you run regression, and this is not, the reason I'm going here is because this is not the correct test to run. So yeah, we're going to run regression analysis. However, you want to make sure that the variables are accurate. So I've already dragged diabetes. I want to show you exactly how to do this though. So you have diabetes here. Select diabetes, and then select OK. And as you can see, diabetes, and this is a small amount because I've already selected out or selected in African immigrants. In comparison, let me show you. So in order to let me show you, in order to select cases, what you do is you go into select cases, and then I'm going to kind of work my way from all cases to if condition is met. And if condition is met, let me go through this list. And because, as I said in this research question, what is being explored is available only from African countries, let's take a look at, limit this to African immigrants, and rather than looking at all the total population. So this is the region of origin, birth origin, and select hit equals, and then after that the number 6. Why did I select number 6? The reason I did so is because if you take a look at the original dataset, the number 6 is associated with African immigrants. So select continue, and then if condition is satisfied, region BR equals 6, select OK. And then the next thing that you want to do is run a complex samples logistic regression. Now notice I didn't say logistic regression. If I had said logistic regression, then you would have been, again, working on this, binary logistic. So let me show you where you would go in order to run a complex samples logistic regression. So let's go to prepare for analysis, and then edit a plan. And then after edit a plan, let's browse and see if I can find. And the file that I'm looking at and the file that has been created is named NHIS syntax. So let's select this. And then open. Then select next. And just keep hitting next because this file has already been created. These are the variables though if you were interested. For strata, you select strata. For clusters, you select PSU. And then I created some weights before presenting this data. And the reason I had to create new weights is because what I did here is combine 2011 to 2018, and each of these have their individual weights. And what you do is you basically divide the weight up by the number. And again, this is not really in the scope of this video. And then select next. Just keep selecting next. Then finish. So now you have selected, and you can just ignore the warnings here. Then you have selected complex samples. Then you go into analyze, complex samples, logistic regression, and make sure the plan is that you provided is there. And then select continue. And now you have this whole window that appears. So let's do this, because I had already done a trial run. Let's do this all over again. And your outcome variable, your dependent variable, according to the research question I told you about, is lifestyle and demographic variables associated with diabetes. Let's take a look at diabetes and this is a recoded diabetes that I created. So diabetes is here, and then what you want to do in factors is only, and this is important, only put categorical variables here. Covariates, continuous variables. So the only continuous variable you have is age. And then some of the categorical variables that you have is sex. And then if you wanted to, I have body mass index in here in continuous variable. You could actually include that in the model as well. And then, so as I said, sex, alcohol drinking, low exercise, and then smoking. And there's two optional variables. We can just use this one. Well, let's just use this one here. Then odds ratio. And you have the provision to include and exclude any variables that you have in there. So let's just clear these out. They're not really needed here yet. So just take one by one, and take sex, take alcohol, and then take exercise, cigarette smoking. Then here, and the covariates include age, then body mass index. So one other feature that I wanted to show you is that the reference category, depending on what the reference category and how it is coded, you want to make sure that this is either highest value or lowest value. You can also include male versus female, and then go from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this as is, and then if we want to make modifications, then I'll show you how. So select continue, and then OK. And then it takes a little bit. However, you have these variables now, and the smoking variable we might need to alter. So again, age is something that appears significant. Alcohol is something that appears significant. Smoking status seems like that might be significant, although not sure about smoking status there. So alcohol, clearly you're going to have to change the reference variable. And that is really beyond the scope of this video right now. Here are the odds ratio, the respective odds ratios, and some of these variables are actually significant, including alcohol. Um, Surprisingly, body mass index is not connected with diabetes, and that is interesting. Anyway, so in this video, I've gone over not only how to run a complex samples logistic regression, also though how you can select certain cases and provide analyses of those cases. And also, we went over some of the frequency distributions and how to determine that. I hope this video has made sense. Thank you for listening.